Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in a Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy, and we've got some KUBELWAGENS in front of us today. We have the Type 82 kit number 35213 by Tamiya, which comes from a new tooling in 1997. And we have one of those up-and-coming pretenders from the East, MENG Model Company, and their kit, which is kit number VS016, Type 82 Eastern Front KUBELWAGEN, and this is from a new tooling in 2024. So this is a bang up-to-date kit. I've heard a lot of good things about MENG models. You do some interesting kits, and confess I've never actually built one, but I've got these two in my stash and they pertain to be the same basic vehicle, so it's kind of interesting to have a look at them. Now, for those of you that haven't seen me before, hi there. We did this about a week or so ago when we had a look at the Italeri M8 Greyhound and compared it against its Tamiya counterpart. We've also done this with a few other kits in the past, and there will be a link somewhere around here on the screen at the end of the video where you can go and have a look at my other kit comparison vids. So basically all we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the instructions and some of the parts from both of these kits and try and identify, if any we can find, and I've already had a look, sort of benefits from one or the other, I suppose you could say. So, I mean, everyone I suppose is familiar with Tamiyas, and they are renowned for producing decent kits that have decent instructions that are easy to follow. The kits go together quite well, and you generally get something, if you put a bit of time and attention into it, that looks pretty good. MENG, on the other hand, some people might not be so aware of them. Like I said, I've never built one. I've got a couple of their kits, but I've not got around to one yet. But like I've said, I've only heard good things about them. So let's have a look at some of these parts before we drone on about the instructions. So a couple of things that, and some of these are very basic, obviously, but I mean, they're worth pointing out, I think, because it's all about attention to detail with modelling. Now, we'll start off with the seats, the front seats and the passengers, and as you can see, these have got nice ripples. By the way, the beige sprue is the Tamiya, and the grey sprue is the MENG, and these have got really nice, highly sort of detailed ripples on the seat coverings. Now, the MENG does have some, but not as many. And I've got to be honest with you, I kind of like the extra ripples on the Tamiya. So I'm not going to try and keep score on this because it gets a little bit sort of complicated, but I think that would be 1 point to the Tamiya for me personally. Let's have a look at the instrument panel for the MENG. And we'll just try and root that out for the Tamiya as well, so we can compare it on screen. Where the hell are you? I saw it before. So there we go. And as we can see, they're pretty similar. You can maybe say you can see a little bit more detail on the dial of the MENG kit, but they both look pretty good, I'd say. They both have sort of bowed rail on them here. Both come with a standard steering wheel, obviously. Let's have a look at the floor pan, because this is kind of interesting, I think. They both look pretty similar on the bottom. Now you can see there is some extra building to do here with the MENG kit. You've got to put the wheel arches in, and you've got the bottom of the engine exposed on the Tamiya, which I can tell you have to stick in place. So obviously there is more assembly to do with the MENG. But one thing I did find kind of cool about the MENG was the interior. Now, as you can see, this one has like wooden runner boards already fixed in place. So obviously they can be painted up and they'll look quite nice. The MENG, you have to fix them in place yourself. Now, if like me, you're not that great at painting, this gives an extra sort of opportunity to do better detail on these boards, and they would look quite nice. You can also see some indentations in the floor pan here. I think these are actually for the butts of rifles, because there does appear to be a rifle rack going in the back. So that is one little thing that's slightly better with the MENG, I would say. And you actually get 4 rifles with the MENG also. And both kits come with opening and closing doors, front and rear, which is an improvement on the older 1970s Tamiya. And we'll have a look at the hinges. You can see definitely got hinges there. Hinges on the MENG. Yeah, we've got hinges on the MENG as well. So they're both looking pretty good. One very big difference with these kits is, as you can see, the Tamiya comes with the traditional one-piece wheel that needs the hubs putting in the back, obviously. This one comes with hubs, and it comes with fake rubber tyres. Or maybe they are rubber, I'm not quite sure. Now, I know some people like this feature. I kind of do, because it saves you the hassle of trying to paint the perfect circles on tyres. But I kind of like that. There we go. So there's a difference for us. Now, one big fundamental difference with these is with the Tamiya, you do get a driving figure, which I kind of like the option of having a driving figure, because most kits don't come with any figures at all, let alone a figure that's actually in a driving position. The MENG kit, unfortunately, doesn't come with any figure whatsoever. However, the MENG kit does come with a fully raised hood that you can put in place. The Tamiya only comes with the hood rolled, like so. The MENG itself doesn't come with the option to have the hood down, but there is an alternate version, the VS015 Africa Core version, which comes with standard tyres, unlike the balloon tyres on the Tamiya, and that comes with a hood down. So you can get a hood down version with the MENG. You can't get a hood up version with the Tamiya though, which you can actually buy them, but they're about 10 quid. So there's a little bonus feature, I suppose you could say. Now, we didn't actually touch on price with these. I mean, one of these new costs £12–15 for the Tamiya version. I picked up my MENG with the postage for £16.99, brand new. The standard price seems to be around about the £20 mark when they're available. So these are a little bit more expensive, but not much. And if you wanted a hood up version, well, it does seem that's a good variant. You also get the glazed side panels as well, obviously. And talking about the glazing, you obviously get the rear glazed panel as well. You also get, where are they? I'll run this one here. You also get glazed lights for this as well, with the obvious covers also. So I suppose there is the option to have it without the covers, without the watertight covers. But obviously you do get the little bit of glazed shining through, which is a nice touch if you do feel so you actually need to have that. Now, both kits come with sort of comprehensive exhausts, comprehensive set of tools, etc. Both kits come with pedals, which we can see there and there. So a lot of the interior workings and the exterior workings are pretty similar, to be quite honest with you. So there's not really a massive amount between these two kits, even despite their age. This is why I think the Tamiya is still a really good kit, in my humble opinion, for what it's worth. I mean, as we can see, the rear here of the MENG is very similar to the rear of the Tamiya, as is the front. I believe they call these frunks. It's not a trunk and it's not a front, so they're both very similar. There's not really a great deal of difference going on there at all. So, I mean, fundamental differences, it would appear. Well, there's more work involved, obviously, but not hugely an amount of more work. Mainly in putting some of these extra pieces together and putting the floor pan together. But otherwise, the parts are achievable. It doesn't appear to be a complicated kit at all. I mean, the windscreen frame is here. Where is it on the Tamiya? There it is on the Tamiya one. They're both equivocal. They both come with built-in, let's try and get that in there, built-in windscreen wipers. So there's not a massive amount of difference, really. have a quick nose at the instructions. So everybody's familiar with sort of Tamiya instructions, well laid out, easy to follow in big windows, kind of got shaded parts where you're sort of going in. Gives you the Tamiya colours for a lot of the parts as well, so that's all good. The MENG ones, they are a different level, but I mean, again, it's more modern. This tends to be what you're getting these days with the glossy sort of colour versions. For those of you that haven't seen MENG instructions before, I assume this is quite interesting. So we get a lot of windows. There's not a lot of stuff going on in each window, and it's all colour indicated to show you something. Probably the colour of the actual part is supposed to be, maybe. I'm not exactly certain, but they are all sort of coloured. And they're easy to follow. I mean, I'd probably say there's more windows. There's definitely more windows in this, but there's not that many more parts. So there we go. Let's have a quick nose at the decals as well, because these are kind of interesting. Well, the MENG ones are anyway. So this is just standard Tamiya set. So we've got Luftwaffe and we've got Wehrmacht, and we've got 5 different versions we can do it in with assortments of unit figures, etc, etc. The MENG one though comes with some interesting ones. It's got this Berlin or bust and USA white markings, USA Arizona. It's also got a broken down SS number plate, which you don't see very often these days, so it's kind of nice to have the option of doing it in that branch of the German war machine. So there's your colour options for this particular kit. So as you can see, we've got 7th Panzer Division here in this colour, which I'm guessing is this one that's actually on the box. A plain grey one, and then we also get this captured US one, which is a vehicle captured and used by US forces in Italy 1943. So I think it's a pretty cool option, to be quite honest with you. I kind of like that, and I like the way it's sort of been done up with some sort of artwork by the US troops. So fundamental differences, more interesting decals, rubber tyres, like them or loathe them. Comes with a full hood. You can also get a different kit with the drop down hood. I've got all the glazing, the slightly extra glazing going on here. There are slightly more parts. I kind of prefer the seats on the Tamiya. I kind of like the fact that you get a driver figure with the Tamiya as well. So, I mean, I've got to be honest with you, I'm not going to say any one of these is better than the other. I mean, a lot of it's down to personal preference, but I think at the end of the day, if you are sort of a Tamiya fan, I think this isn't that dissimilar or that much more difficult to actually build than a Tamiya. And maybe we should just try something a bit different every now and again and grab one of these MENG ones if you see them and give one a go and just see if you think they're any good, because a KUBELWAGEN, it's not that difficult to make. It shouldn't take you much more than a couple of days, really. So there you go. There's my 2 pennies worth on the KUBELWAGENS by MENG and Tamiya. Please do check out the link, which will be up here in a second, and have a look at some of the other kit comparisons, which, like I've said, include the Greyhound, the 2500 weight truck by Italeri, IBG and Airfix. We've also done the Hanomag SD KFZ 251 by Tamiya and ICM. And we've done a couple of others. We've done some 172 aircraft as well. So have a look. Oh, we've done some Panthers as well. We did the 3 of the different Panther versions by Tamiya, which is quite of an interesting one. So go and have a look at them and tell me what you think. And if you've done one of these MENG kits, be it the KUBELWAGEN or anything else, please do drop us a line and let us know what you thought of them, because I'm curious. So thanks very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and as always, be seeing you.